Two most powerful fishing methods, undoubtedly the kings of wild fishing. Since starting to learn fishing, the quantity of equipment tends to go through a certain changing process over time. You get lured into the hobby by enthusiastic friends, start using their gear, and then begin to try buying your own. Once you get addicted, you buy all sorts of random things, and as your addiction grows, you take more and more stuff when going fishing. This situation lasts for at least a few years. After many years, the addiction is still strong, but you gradually pursue a higher realm of fishing. You can accept returning empty-handed, and if you catch fish, you take photos and release them. You gradually carry less and less equipment, and enjoy the pleasure among mountains and waters more. 1. Traditional fishing. I wonder if fellow anglers have such a changing pattern? Starting with using everything from friends, then going out with big and small bags, and finally simplifying to a small bag, carrying only the necessary things. When it comes to simple equipment, traditional fishing is definitely the simplest one, which emphasizes traveling and fishing all over the world with just one rod and one line. This may have a certain relationship with our ancestors' thrift, and it is also a manifestation of their wisdom. The fishing method has actually been doing subtraction all the time. The best fishing method in traditional fishing should be the combination of a long rod and a short line, which can achieve the purpose of accurate hooking. At the same time, it can tease the bait, is not picky about the fishing spot, and obstacles in front of or behind the fishing position do not affect fishing. As long as you can stand, you can fish. If you can't stand, you can even endure lying down to fish if there are many fish. The combination of a long rod and a short line, when paired with a 7-star float, is perfect. You can go out with just one long rod, a few sets of tackle, a bottle of wine-soaked rice, a bucket, and a small amount of bait. The biggest advantage of the 7-star float is that it is suitable for fishing in complex surface fishing spots or shallow water. Being suitable for shallow water also means it is not suitable for deep water. The reason is that the buoyancy of the 7-star float is too small, and there will be problems with the transmission of float signals when fishing in deep water. You can use a larger number of large-sized 7-star floats and add a lead weight to form a high-low lead. This way, it does not lose sensitivity, is suitable for deep water fishing, and its wind resistance will also increase somewhat. The 7-star float is mostly used for fishing crucian carp, but in fact, it can be used as long as it is for surface fishing or mobile fishing. It works best for chasing floats to catch carp, and is also good for surface fishing for grass carp that pull reeds. In summer, finding a mountain stream to catch small fish, this fishing method is also strong. 2. Sliding float. Although the 7-star float is very powerful, the distance of the fishing spot is limited by the length of the rod. In other words, the traditional long rod and short line fishing method is mainly suitable for small and medium-sized waters, fishing spots that are not too far away. For large waters such as rivers, lakes, and reservoirs, it is often somewhat ineffective. There is another fishing method here, that is, the sliding float tackle. The sliding float tackle is an upgraded version of the Taiwan fishing tackle. The difference is whether the float seat can slide. This fishing method is excellent for fishing in relatively far or deep spots. It can be used for long casting, can fish the bottom or float, can use a single hook or double hooks, can fish under the bridge from the bridge, and can also be used for ice fishing. Whenever the distance or depth of the fishing spot is far beyond the length of the rod, the sliding float is the best choice. The sliding float paired with a rock rod is more versatile, because the rock rod is lightweight and relatively long, which can not only be used for long casting but also as a hand rod. Because of the reel, it is very effective for catching big fish. With the reel, it is easier to play the fish, and the possibility of line breaking is lower. Then you can use not too thick fishing line to catch big fish, and the not too thick fishing line will result in better bites. If you want to be lightweight, a lure rod paired with a sliding float is enough, but it can't be used as a hand rod. The combination of the sliding float tackle is actually very simple, but it is a version where the float seat of the Taiwan fishing tackle can move. 3 accessories are needed to block and control the sliding distance of the float seat. A space beam controls the downward moving distance of the float seat to prevent the float from tangling with the tackle when casting. A stopper beam blocks the float seat, and a cotton thread knot blocks the stopper beam, allowing the float seat to slide between the space beam and the cotton thread knot. Adjusting the cotton thread knot controls the fishing depth. Author profile: I am a self-media blogger who loves fishing and is good at sharing. Follow me, and let's exchange fishing skills and discuss every bit of wild fishing for anglers. Give a like, collect, and follow to avoid getting lost in the next update.